All right, today I want to show you something really cool that you can do in Prosper 202 by making use of the pixel helper scripts that I have, and then also the new Prosper 202 linker script that I just released. And what you're looking at here is the group overview screen, but now you see that I've grouped them by keywords here and then by C1. And you can see under each keyword we have a C1 that has a number of seconds. And this actually shows the approximate number of seconds that the user was on the page. It jumps up in 10-second increments. So for example, we're looking at 4 different keywords on here. Buy Prosper 202 has had 3 clicks, which average 60 seconds each. Download Prosper 202 has 2 clicks. One came in at 20 seconds and one 70 seconds. Download Prosper 202 free has 8 clicks. 6 of them were 0 seconds. And this actually means that they didn't make it to the 10-second mark. And then 10 of them were in the 10-second range. 2 of them were in the 10-second range. And finally, we have 2 clicks for the keyword Prosper 202 at 30 seconds and 60 seconds. So if I were bidding on traffic at on somewhere like Google AdWords, and I had these stats, I'll be able to see that download Prosper 202 free is bringing in really poor quality traffic. The people who hit this page don't hang around for long. They're within the 0 and 10 second range. And on top of that, none of them converted. If we look at a keyword like buy Prosper 202, we're seeing 3 clicks with 2 conversions and a very nice EPC and income range. And then over here, download Prosper 202 also generated 2 leads on each of the clicks. And the last one, the keyword Prosper 202, 1 lead on the click. So with this information, we can see that one of the cutoff marks that we can use is if we have a keyword that is generating impressions less than 10 seconds, it's probably not a quality keyword, and we can remove that from our bidding. So we see here right away, this keyword here, none of the clicks really came in above 20 seconds. So people who come in on this keyword are seeing that it's not relevant for what they want and are bouncing really quickly. However, these other keywords, people are staying 30 plus seconds and they are converting. So this gives us an immediate feedback on the quality of the keywords and how well they convert. And now this information is being pushed into Prosper 202 with the linker. But then the other thing that's happening behind the scenes is if you set it up correctly, the information is also getting pushed into whatever pixel that you're using. And in this case, we have the Facebook pixel. So we're creating segments that tracks the number of seconds that people stay on this page so that we can start to create custom audiences based off this information. So now that I can see how each of the time on page visitor information actually correlates to conversions and revenue, I could go into my Facebook ad account and create a custom audience that consists of people who stayed on the page for 20 seconds or longer, and then create a custom audience based off that query. Once that custom audience is created, I can then create a lookalike audience with that information as well. And with that in mind, it will give Facebook the information that it needs to find more people like the ones that stay on the page, read the content, and then convert. Let's take a look at how to implement this. So this is a sample landing page that I've set up. So you'll see at the top, this is the regular Prosper 202 landing page JavaScript. And then we have 2 scripts here. One is the T202 pixel on time spent. This is what tracks the time on the page. And then we have the new Prosper 202 linker script. And this is what links this data into Prosper 202. And that's where it gets sent in. So with that, that's all we need. And then finally, we have a config here. And this tells the script to link to Prosper 202. And it's going to link with the time on page script. And we're going to send it to C1. So this is a Prosper 202 C1 variable that is available for use. We could have used C2, C3, C4. We could have even put keyword KW, and this would have saved it into the Prosper 202 keyword variable. You can also use UTM source or any of the UTM variables that are available through Google Analytics. And this information will be saved into that variable for Prosper 202 as well. So this is a very powerful script. You can choose where you want to save this time on page value, and you'll have that available to you in your group overview reports. So once we've configured that, all we need to do is call this function. Right now, I called it with no parameters, which means that it will track someone on the page for up to 30 minutes. If you have a restriction or you want to just limit the number of minutes or seconds that you want people tracked on, you can just enter that in here. So you could enter 30 seconds and it will track people for just 30 seconds on the page and then stop tracking. Or you could do like a minute. So let's save this and take a quick look at the output here. One thing that I did is I also used dynamic content segments. So in here, as the seconds increment, it will dynamically update. And this is really just for you to see. It's not something that I would really use in a live landing page. So here we are on the page, and as I refresh, you see that the headline goes Advanced Pixel Utilities time on page 0 seconds. If we wait a few more seconds, it updates to 10 seconds. And as the timer is tracking and pushing the information into Prosper 202, we're also seeing this updated over here. So this is a really powerful addition to Prosper 202. You can now see how interested people are in your page. You can break it down by keywords and referrer information, traffic sources, placements, any of the information that you can break down a campaign by in your traffic source. You can use that to segment and get really quick insights on the quality and the interest level of the people that are being sent to the page with those metrics, whether it's like keywords or placements, even your banner. Now, the other thing that this can help you identify is just general bot traffic as well. Bots could, come through your page, hit it really quickly, grab whatever contents they need to grab, and then bounce really quickly. So if you're seeing really high numbers of 0-second impressions, that could also be an indication that this is low quality bot traffic, which you can then use to block those sources. This is the power of the Pixel Utility Script time on page combined with the Prosper 202 linker. And I hope that you're able to use this to improve the performance of your campaigns and generate more revenue without spending as much money, because you're now able to get faster insights on the quality of your traffic, allowing you to cut out segments that you do not need.